This chapter is about the payment journal, how to set it up and how to use it for everyday payments using direct communication with the bank. Let's open the Cash Management menu and select Payment Journal. In here, you select a Payment Management enabled payment journal. To fully optimize the payment journal to meet your needs, you can open the Payment Journal Setup. Go to Prepare and select Payment Journal Setup. This setup gives you a lot of options. For example, you can select if you want to only be able to post the payment line depending on how far along it is in the process in the bank. One of the advantages of direct communication is that you get that information inside the payment journal, and therefore you can select to, for example, only be able to post when it has been paid in the bank. This prevents you from having to clean up if for some reason it is rejected in the bank. You can also set up how many days into the future you want to look to make the suggestion. So the standard for this journal would be 28 days. There's a setup for the posting date and a setup for summarizing payments, so you can decide exactly in which situation you want to summarize payments, but also how. There's also a setup for approval, but I'll get into that in another chapter. Now let's go ahead and create a suggestion. Go to Home and Suggest Vendor Payments. Here you can also select if you want to suggest payments for customers or employees. I'll go ahead and suggest vendor payments. Here I'll just press OK because I've already chosen how I want it to be created every time. As you can see, it's now creating the payment lines and in the process validating all of the lines according to the requirements from the bank. Now I have 6 lines all valid and ready to be exported to the bank. But before we do that, let's take a look at the fact boxes in the right side of the page. The first fact box is the Payment Management fact box, and this will always show you what state the line is in and what the next step is. Another one is the recipient bank details, and this can, for example, help you spot if there's anything that does not look right, and you can also see if the bank account is verified. There's also a fact box to show you what the payment notification looks like. And in the Applied Entries fact box, you can, for example, see that this is a summarized payment for 2 different invoices. You can check if they have already been approved, or you can click the link and get to see the posted purchase invoice. If this document was received through document capture, you would be able to see the original document in the Incoming Document Files fact box. And had it been an expense from Expense Management, you would get the same visual. The last fact box on the page will show you if there are any errors in the payment line. This will give you information about what the error is and how to fix it. It will even give you a direct access to where to fix it. Now that all my lines are valid and ready to export, that's what I'll do. I'll select Home in the top menu and Export Send Payments. And then select all lines. As you can see, the lines update their status to Sent. And if I then press Update Status, it updates to Processing. And again, now the status has changed to Paid. I want to use the option to notify the recipients, so I'll select Prepare in the top menu and then Send Email Notification. That's it. Now all I have to do is post the payment lines.